Dude, you just literally devoured that thing.
I don't mess around.
Yeah. Will?
Mid-bite.
Good bite. We're ready to go. We're eating some burritos here. I think we have the day planned out.
Yeah, we only got like a 2-hour drive. We'll be there.
2-hour drive. Today's a 15-mile hike.
Yeah.
Plus-
It's probably going to feel like 20.
Probably. If I had to
We're
guess.
leaving now for the evening hunt.
Yeah.
What's the plan, Garrett?
Will and I are going to probably see a lot of deer today, is my guess. No, I don't know what you guys are going to see, but we're going to go into the area where you ruined that hunt for Will by scaring that big buck away.
Tyler's good at doing that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, he said you were like giant Sasquatch just running
Yeah.
through the woods.
And sometimes that's what the deer like to hear. When they hear normal sounds
Yeah.
that are familiar, they're not afraid. So what do? Make Sasquatch sounds.
Yeah. See, like me, I like to be like a delicate little, rabbit going through the woods,
Yeah,
you know?
okay. That's what you like to mimic?
Yeah, I'm a pretty delicate guy.
Yeah.
I'm a wrecking ball.
We're getting loaded up and we're going to hit the road. We probably have an actual 20-something minute, 25-minute ride to where we're going, out some gravel roads and stuff, and then we got a 1.5-mile hike, so should be good. Hopefully we don't sweat too much. I'm excited. You're strapping up, Chris?
Strapping up. Strap up.
You ready for this?
Time to kill.
You jacked or what?
Freaking jacked. I'm ready to slip into a Slim Jim. Or go shoot a doe or something. Trying to get too excited.
I know.
Low expectations.
I
I mean,
slept
especially
with
with the amount of deer that, Will and I saw last night. It's like, just seeing more deer is like, more deer.
This is whatever.
Yeah, it's like, man, there's so many deer. It's just what Will and I do. We just see deer.
You just see too many of them, huh?
Yeah.
How do you feel about that?
We're going for quality, not quantity. And like I said, predators hunt predators.
Yeah.
Hey, you know what though?
We're not going after that prey.
Here's the thing. Is I'll have the meat in the freezer, and he'll be the predator that's asking the predator that can put meat in the freezer for meat to feed.
You know what I have to
himself.
say to that? I got your back, Chris. Yeah, I do smell dough urine. As soon as I stepped out, Chris has got a bottle of this stuff. He's been taking shots of dough urine every morning, just to get him fired up.
Be the deer. Be the deer.
Well, I'm in pre-rut, you know what I'm saying?
You know what I'm saying?
Whoa, back off a little bit.
Look at his back's all hunched up. He's ready, man.
Neck's puffing out. Chris is in pre-rut, so
Just stay clear.
just so you know. Oh, we got a little ways to go more. Watch that movie Cliffhanger. Yeah. I didn't drop them though. They have a name. They have a name for that climb. Like this one. Yeah, it's a no-foot climb. What are you guys doing?
So we're taking this road, and there's a little finger ridge that kind of runs out here to the right of us. And we're thinking about just edging over to it and then hunting down the backside of that. Maybe, 20 yards off the spot, off the top. Catch them side hilling. You guys are going to push on that, right?
Yeah, I think we're gonna go a little while longer and see it.
We got an old scrape. Look at all the leaf debris that's on the ground. And the wind's been going the last couple of days, so that should have leaves in it. It's got a couple leaves in it. So I would stakes out between us, climbing in the same tree and getting set up. But when we were walking in here, we wanted to get on the backside of these two knobs. Just hunting, not on the skyline, but just off the skyline. But as we're walking in, we found two pretty fresh scrapes, at least within a day. And there's no leaf debris in them and nothing, and they're still kind of wet-ish. So we decided to split the difference between the two scrapes and set up with the wind. We got a good wind pulling it straight downhill, and we got a pretty steep bank. So I think even if we had a deer walking behind us within 20-30 yards, I think our scent's going to go over the top of it.
Hopefully.
And it's not going to be able to wind us. But we got a good wind. So, it's just, I don't know which way the deer are coming, so we went a little bit farther on this knob, and it just started getting into some thicker brush, about waist-high brush. It just looked like really good bedding area. So I'm afraid that the deer wouldn't have bed there, and I didn't want to go in there and blow them out or anything. So we're hoping that these are scrapes on the way to a bed, and that the deer is going to walk essentially the way that we walked in, and come in here for a up close and personal shot. The only downfall is we're on top of this trail.
Yeah.
And on top of the scrape, I usually like a little bit more of a standoff, 10 to 15 yards standoff. But you just gotta play with what you dealt with, It looks good. It's an awesome morning. Sun's coming up behind our back as well, so from the deer approach, so we should be blinded by the light if they try to look up at us. And it just looks really good. It was 40 degrees last night. It's only supposed to get in the low 60s today, so it's a perfect October morning. All it needs the VIP to show up now.
Right. Hopefully. Let's talk about what just happened, Chris.
Well, we were this close to just making it happen on a really nice buck.
A big buck.
Big buck. So, he did exactly what we thought. He came in on the trail that we came in on, and hit that scrape. It looks like he hit that scrape because we just noticed a buck behind us, behind Garrett, and all we can see is a big body, and then we look up and a nice, wide, pretty tall, big 8. And I don't know if we don't know exactly what happened. Our wind is going this way. We don't know if he kind of picked up movement up here, or if he smelt us. But ground scent off our trail walking in. But it looked like he was coming just on a string coming in, and about 35-40 yards back behind us, he just bolted down away from us. But he only went about 60 yards, and then he stopped. Didn't blow, didn't do anything like that. He went about 60 yards and then stopped and started working and walking back down at the bottom.
Hopefully he comes back up around.
So, but we think, they're coming. He was coming to his bed over here. We're right on the edge of his bedroom, I believe. And he was just checking these scrapes on the way in. Oh, beautiful deer. So dark horned. Oh, beautiful deer.
So close.
So close, but hey, we saw one. Nice one. So a nice one.
What, big old mountain deer. And of course I did get it on video.
Garrett forgot to hit record, or he thought he hit record and it didn't.
It wasn't plugged in all the way.
Oh.
sitting here like trying to stay awake on post, and then all of a sudden like, or like Artie did to us one time.
Oh, didn't tell you?
Didn't
Yeah.
tell us they were dropping freaking rounds. Oh man, let's poop my pants.
Yeah, those are the best. Alright, so quick update. It is just after 10. It's been an awesome morning so far. We've had 2 deer come in on the trail that we walked in on. We had that buck first thing this morning, and both deer were super on edge. That buck came in, and then about 40 yards out, spooked, and ran off to about 60 and then calmed back down, but he walked away from us. We think he walked in the knob behind us. He's bedded up on that, or he took this down there at the bottom, and he circled back about around us, and it's on the backside of where we're on. But and then we had this doe that you just saw come in, and she got closer, but still was on edge. Every acorn that fell down, every leaf that rustled, she was just like, she even jumped a couple times off left and right and tried to, like she was spooky. And then she came in, and she, just as she was getting into the shop window, she finally had enough, and she spooked off down to the side of us. The opposite direction of the buck, by the way. But then she didn't even take off hard either. So we know they're not seeing us. We have the sun at our back. Yeah. We got a good, strong prevailing wind, like that's blowing
down to the
bottom, away from where these deer are coming. So we know they're not smelling us. The only thing we can think is it's our ground scent, because that's literally the trail we walked in on,
right? Which
we didn't know. But before we set up on this scrape, we put some of this Black Widow branch butter on to kind of make it simulate another buck has come in the area and done that, worked that scrape. But we didn't do it to the other scrape, and that's the direction those deer were coming. So after this doe had kind of walked off, we gave it about 20 minutes. Garrett decided to get down, and we put some of the branch butter on that other scrape. But then also, we took some of this Black Widow doe estrus, and we sprayed it on the trail that we walked in, about 20 yards on either side of the trail, and then even a little bit around us here. Now understand that doe are not in heat right now. It's only October 8th, but what it does is it still gives a calming sense to other deer as they're coming in, that there's a doe working this area or up in here, and it also knocks down our cover scent that was on the trail. I mean, this stuff is potent and strong. So if anything, hopefully it does that. I mean, we gotta try something now.
Right.
I mean, we had 2 deer come in, and just as they entered the shot area, the open area that we need, they spook. And it's gotta be the ground scent that we did, I mean,
and that buck didn't spook real hard.
No, buck didn't, and that's the other thing. So another reason that we put the branch butter on, not really trying to affect today, but affect tomorrow morning. We're gonna come back in here and hunt again tomorrow morning, and so we're hoping that when another deer walks by tonight or later this afternoon, this evening, they're gonna hit that scrape, and then they're gonna want to come back in the morning and hit it. So and we've already talked about we're gonna come in a different way, so that we're knocking down our cover scent now that we know which way the deer are coming. I mean, that's part of the learning process.
And hopefully that buck comes back in tomorrow.
But
it's a big
he's
buck.
a beautiful buck, but awesome time. Way awesome time out here. I mean, it just feels good when you can pick a spot on a map.
Oh, God.
I mean, we've never hunted this area out here, public land, national forests, and we just picked a spot on the map. We're like, hey, this looks like a good spot. Came up here, found some fresh sign, set up on it. Hour later, had a buck coming in.
Chris has given up. We're going back home.
this ridge. Just try to go in super soft and quiet, just to check it out and then come up with a game plan for tonight.
How goes it?
We saw about 150 deer.
Yeah. We saw 151.
Yeah, well, I saw a 200 incher, so.
Ours was 201.
We didn't see any deer.
We got 2 deer.
You killed 2 or you saw 2?
In our brain, in our mind, we killed them.
Oh, I had shot them.
He drew on a bow.
We were posing for pictures, like in my mind. Oh yeah.
What happened with the doe?
She was spooky.
She was super
spooky.
How was the wind?
Perfect.
Perfect.
Perfect way.
The only thing we can think is ground scent.
Also,
Because they're coming the trail we came.
So maybe walking a couple feet off the trail on your way
Well,
in.
we found a
We
new
found a
way
way.
in.
But with the doe, I don't think she picked up our ground scent. But like, it was pretty windy when she came in, and like every time the wind rustled the leaves, she was like jumping around.
Like, she even like coming down the trail. She even like jumped off to the side of the trail, and then
I
would
wonder
like
if these
come
deer
back.
up here are real spooky.
Well, she
They don't get pressured.
well every time an acorn hit the ground, she would jump. It looked like it was nuts.
That deer needs to be shot.
What you got there, Will?
This is leftover. Not leftover. Actually, it is leftover from last night.
That burrito.
Venison burrito.
You can't beat that in the woods.
No.
I hear that venison burritos actually bring in the deer.
Could be. I don't know.
Maybe.
Either way, I'm going to be shooting this deer's cousin.
Yeah. So, what are the 2 Mr. Indecisos doing right now?
I don't know. They'll pick out 4 spots and then not know which one to go to. I love it.
We looked at least 6 trees this morning.
Did you? We saw the map where you went and circled all over the figure 8s. We're like, what were you doing? We'll let them come up with something.
Yep.
And then we'll look at it.
Such a cute couple.
Lunchtime, baby.
And then there's Garrett.
Used to give a shit about radio stuff. Oh, whoa, that's a camera.
Hello.
Hello.
Where are you guys going?
We're going to the same spot, close to the same spot that me and Garrett went last night. Instead of going to the field, we're going to go sit on top of the ridge that we hiked down to get to the field last night. So we saw some scrapes while we were in there last night hiking in, so we figured, why not? We'll give it another shot.
Yeah, I mean, based off of what we've been doing, I mean, found a scrape this morning, sat on it, and an hour later a big buck came by. Just didn't come within shooting, into our shooting windows. So that could be the key to success right now.
Could be. Hunt the scrape.
Hunt the scrape, we'll see what happens.
Shoot straight, boys.
All right,
Good luck to
See you later.
Later.
Oh, you ready to go, buddy?
I am just about there.
Me too. I'm gonna get dressed quick. All
I'm
right.
gonna get everything packed up and locked up.
We'll be on our way too.
Roll out. What'd you find, buddy?
200 yards from camp. We're just talking about how we haven't seen any rubs anywhere, and the sun was shining. I looked straight through. Dude, tore up.
Yeah.
I can't believe it. I don't know. I guess we're leaving that one. We already have our spot picked out for this evening.
Oh, you know, just hitchhiking. Car broke down, and so this afternoon's plan is that Chris and Will, they're going to team up. We'll see how that works out for Will and Will's shooter, and they're going up to where Will and I were last night, where we saw the scrapes. So if you haven't seen that, go check that out. And we had scrapes, fresh scat, and fresh tracks, at least from the morning, yesterday morning. It had to have been from then. So they're going to go up there and sit those scrapes, I think. Maybe push a little bit deeper and see what other sign they might get into. But I think they're going to go sit that. It's just off the crest of the hill. And then Tyler and I, we're actually going to get the field is right over here that Will and I sat last night. But I think it's one of these things where we know they're coming into the field at night. Where are they coming from? And then what's their travel route? So we can get on that travel route and catch them before they even get to the field. So we can catch them earlier, because if you've been hunting long enough, fields, they get there right before dark.
Yeah.
And sometimes they get there right at dark.
You want to catch them before dark, you got to get in by
Yeah.
where they're coming from.
Especially when you're hunting with a bow and you have to
Yeah.
get a little closer than, like,
Definitely.
if I was rifle hunting last night, well, one, I wouldn't have been hunting that spot, but if I could have hunted that spot with
They
a
would have
rifle,
been dead.
they would have been dead as soon as they stepped out.
Yeah.
So, yeah. So this is one of those things where, if I think if we get into where they're traveling,
Mm-hmm.
we may be able to get a shot on them. So, I mean, it's a shot in the dark, but
We're going for it.
we're going for it. I mean, we're honestly just got to learn.
Mm-hmm.
First time we've ever been out here.
Totally
time-
different type of hunting for both of us.
It's the first time we've been to this area. First time that either of us have hunted this type of terrain for whitetail.
Mm-hmm.
It's a whole new experience. And
Yeah.
There's only one way to learn, and it's to go out and do it.
Yep.
So let's go
And
learn something.
3.5 days.
Let's go learn something and then butcher it.
Let's do it. You ready?
I'll do it.
Let's do it.
It looks like a trail to me, don't it?
Looks like a trail to me too.
Someone's flagged it.
Yep. Definitely a bed. Possibly a fawn right there. What do you got?
Well, we got some beds. Which is a good sign. I walked right by it.
Sunshine in it makes it look. It makes it hard to see.
Yeah. We found our tree. I think we did. It's a good tree. It's a good year. It's a good year.
We got a nice draw right out in front of us up here.
Yeah.
And this whole hillside here, there's a finger ridge that comes down. Right where that draw is. Yeah, there's a trail that runs the bottom of that ridge.
There's that trail that runs, and there's all the browse going
Totally browsed.
all the way down. And tracks. There's tons of tracks.
Yeah.
Do I look good?
You look good. Talk to me.
Talk to me, Goose.
Talk to me.
So, if you haven't figured it out, we made it up in the tree. So that was good.
Safely.
We only did it in 6 minutes. So I don't know what takes the other guys so long.
Possible record timing.
Yeah, it was definitely like, we're probably going to get a call after this from Tethered to be on the climbing team. The Tethered climbing team.
Just started.
Not a sponsor yet. Yeah, we're the first group. But at any rate, we're up here all set up. I mean, it'd be the first time Tyler and I have ever been in a tree, so it's been nice, like, learning. But yeah, we got up here no problem. But we took our time getting in here. I mean, we took like an hour and a half to get back here, and we're 300 yards from the car. So
Just scattered our way for
we zigzagged and we saw some sign, but once we got over here, it really got some good sign.
There's a ton of browse right here.
Yeah,
We got a nice trail at the bottom of this ridge. A couple of them.
yeah. So I'm pretty happy with this, and
And
I
we
think
can see a ways.
yeah,
For the most part.
which I really like.
Yeah, me too.
You know, it's good and bad, but
I mean, I think we're pretty nestled in here.
yeah, we got some good cover behind us. I mean, we got all that above us.
Yeah. Yeah, we're good.
So
We're in the shade now.
yeah, we're in the shade, but we've got some good fields of view.
Yeah.
I think we'll be okay.
I think we're gonna see some deer.
I hope so.
we think one of them picked up our movement. The one in the front blew, and then the two of them took off, so I don't think we got any footage of them, but step in the right direction, I guess. Finally saw some deer. That's right. We'll hang out for a little while longer, see if they circle back or something. Well, just like we hoped, we got into that golden hour, and we had some movement. We just had 3 deer, 3 does, nice-sized does. We heard them coming. They were running. And they came running into the creek bed behind us here. Crossed right, kind of where we crossed, I guess. And it looked like they were going to come right up along the base of this hill. But they ended up going something. They were spooked because they were running tails up, and we heard them coming. But they went up the hill here behind, over my left shoulder here, and up to the top. But that was exciting.
Well, are we tracking deer?
We were pretty close.
Yeah.
We had 5 does.
Yeah.
I was like 3 seconds from drawing on one
Oh.
at 25 yards.
Yeah.
What about you guys?
He saw one, but I think it was a second doe. They snuck in on us.
But what time?
6? No, 6:30. 6:30.
It probably was the 2 does that we had. It was right down. There was 2 or 3 of them, and they were running. They came running and ran across the creek bed, and then we were at the base.
Oh yeah.
Very,
yeah.
very base.
Those might have been the ones that we spooked.
Yeah, it was right about that same time.
Were they big?
Oh, he saw one. Like I said,
They were big.
I didn't even look, and he goes right there, and I reached up to plug the camera remote in, and as soon as I went click, they and blew out.
Yeah.
Dude, they had to have been the same ones.
They were super.
We heard and all of a sudden, Garrett's grabbing his bow, I'm swinging the camera around, and they just started run up. I'm like 100% convinced that it was nothing to do with us.
Yeah, because they ran to us.
Yeah.
They were running towards us, and then they just ran up the hill, and it wasn't like they were blowing and scared running. It was
They weren't even looking our way.
They were just like.
Yeah. They only blew the one time, and
then we had
did mad.
like 15, 20 minutes later. It was like 20 minutes later. We had two more that came in front of us, and they were coming right to.
Right. Yeah. Right down the trail to us.
Yeah, they were coming right into us, and somehow the lead doe, and they were big does.
Huge Donikers.
Yeah. Somehow the lead one pegged us. I was getting ready to draw.
That might have been the 2 then.
No, because they came from over here.
Yeah.
They all came from over here.
Yeah.
We got vehicle from the rear.
All right. Well,
Yeah.
we'll get to camp and
All right.
figure it out.
Oh my goodness, that looks good. Smells good. What are we cooking over here, boss?
We got some venison bacon burgers, homemade. And here, we've got venison brats.
That looks good. Smells
Yeah,
awful. Man.
they're amazing.